All right, everyone, what's going on tonight? This is your boy, the man of the hour, and the hype man for my man, Bobby Lashley. Park your phone, phony. So tonight, the man of the hour went after the former Cruiserweight champion who has to go back to school, and Mr. Cedric Alexander. And next week, the man of the hour is going to prove that he's going to surpass the former Cruiserweight champion, because the 23-year-old piece of gold is currently inside the body of a 25-year-old. So, for the time being, the man of the hour is now a 25-year-old piece of gold. Growing up a little bit. Showing that I don't need to go back to school like Cedric Alexander does. Playing with the rookies, pretty much. That's why I, next week, will collect a victory over Cedric Alexander and become this much closer to being Cruiserweight champion and the true face of the Cruiserweight division. And everybody will start cheering for my man, Bobby Lashley. Lashley, Lashley, Lashley. They'll start doing that for me on 205 Live, the brand run by the 23-year-old, well, once again, for now, a 25-year-old piece of gold. They'll be going, Leo, 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 because it will be Leo 5 Live. Thank you, everybody. Mic drop. And, of course, yes. Take the shades off. I'll need them again for my NXT review, because you'll see my entrance through there. But once again, guys, as I said, the NXT UK live review, I'm not going to just, sell for these reviews being, just, my short little show reviews. Nope. I'm going to go out on all of them tonight because I'm in a good mood. So you know why? I'm going to bring you and present to you guys entrances. We had Pete Dunne in the UK Championship. Well, had to use my toy WWE Championship instead of the UK title. But now I'm going to do a repeat of my I Can't Let, because be honest, Leo Rush's theme music is very kick-ass as well. Of course, it does not beat No One Will Survive, of course, but I've raved about that song way too many times. But of course, what's up, guys? This is the second live review tonight. This is the Club of May 1993 coming at you. We're not going to talk about 205 Live, the November 7th edition of 205 Live, as we are now 2 weeks away. We are we're 10 days away. No, 11 days away from Survivor Series. And tonight, we had a Cruiserweight Championship match made official for Survivor Series. Hopefully, it'll not be on the pre-show. Be on the main show. Please, 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 please. You probably have 6 matches on the main show. So why not have a 7th one? This is going to be a 4-hour show. And put something else, worth pointless on the pre-show instead. So we're going to get our Cruiserweight Championship match between Mustafa Ali and Buddy Murphy at Survivor Series. These two deserve to have a pay-per-view match because they've had excellent matches on 205 Live, and especially the rubber match they had earlier this year, the no DQ match between those two. That was one of the best Cruiserweight matches I have seen all year. I look forward to see what those two can provide on an episode on pay-per-view, actually. It's going to be freaking awesome, and I cannot wait to see what these two do there as well. But overall, I really like this show. I mean, usually when we have a show in the UK, it's just like a bragging rights show between United Kingdom division and 205 Live, which is why I was kind of hoping they would tease a UK champion versus 205 Live, a Cruiserweight champion, match. Is why it's on my card for Survivor Series predictions between Buddy Murphy and Pete Dunne. Would have been an awesome match to have, but we're still having the Cruiserweight Championship match, but cool with me. I look forward to seeing what they bring to the table with that. But overall, I really thought this was one of the better episodes of 205 Live I've seen. We had a great tag match with the show. We had a nice little thing with Leo Rush and getting ready for the main event next week between Cedric Alexander and Leo Rush. Of course, we had a nice promo from Mustafa Ali, which I like how they're doing these promos of Ali staying in different locations and whatnot outside of the arena, as I think, it's definitely bringing more uniqueness on his character. And the main event we got that was very good as well between Buddy Murphy and Mark Andrews. We'll get to that shortly. Let's get right rolling here. Anybody in the live chat? Nope, that's fine. But let's get right rolling here. Show opens up with General Manager Drake Maverick. This is babyface General Manager Drake Maverick, not the heel manager of AOP, and who literally, does typical heel tactics. Once again, making his character on 205 look like a complete hypocrite. But he just runs down, first announcing the match for Survivor Series. And then he's going to say the Lucha House Party members Kalisto and Lindsay Dorado will be taking on the team of Mike Kanellis and TJP tonight. They've both had their issues with the Lucha House Party. And we're also going to be getting the previous announced Buddy Murphy versus Mark Andrews match later on in our main event. A Lucha House Party get a picture promo where they say Mike Kanellis, TJP like to play games, but they love games, and they're going to get payback. So Kalisto and Lindsay Dorado took on the team of Mike Kanellis and TJP, which, and for some reason I didn't hear why, but Grand Metalik was not there. I'm not sure why. I know when Mike Kanellis and Lindsay Dorado had their match, I said it was it was okay. Like, it wasn't really anything spectacular, but it didn't make me that much bigger of, like, it didn't hype me up too much for Mike Kanellis. Of course, Maria on the other hand, oh boy! But of course, this match I felt like gave me a little bit more of a better perspective for Mike Kanellis. I like the part where they had, like, Kanellis hiding behind his wife a couple times. People were saying something to him about it. Because when they first came back to WWE, well, Mike Kanellis debuted at Money in the Bank in 2017. Mike Kanellis' wrestling real life name, of course, is Mike Bennett. Their real last name is Bennett, but I guess since Maria Kanellis is famous by that last name, they gave Mike that last name also, which is still trying to show, are they going to maybe go along with that thing of Maria Kanellis being the one who wears the pants in this relationship and not Mike Kanellis, pretty much. Maria looking gorgeous as always, as she does in black, not as good as she did when Mike debuted on 205 Live. I'll give that. She looked her best then. I thought this was a good tag match. The Luchadors who are going to be getting time in the Raw Tag Team division now also, which I like. Of course, they're having the Revival job out of them. I don't like that. But, with the Revival at their best at the Lucha House Party, of course, could put on definitely a very competitive match. I feel like, I keep saying, this little alliance with, Kalisto, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, it's them. Like, it completely fits them. They have, their Mexican pride on them and whatnot. I love it. And, they're high-flying and whatnot. I would still like to see a match with Kalisto and Rey Mysterio, or any of the members of Lucha House Party with Rey Mysterio. I mean, Lindsay Dorado, I'm still not the biggest fan of. I mean, he's shown me he can be pretty good, since Triple H took over, but I still like Grand Metalik and Kalisto better. I thought this was good, but I like also how the Lucha House Party won, though, getting their full compass, because, Mike Kanellis, was more so there because, he needed someone to, introduce him to 205 Live, and obviously, TJP eventually is going to have to take on, a tag team match against the Lucha House Party. So, Mike Kanellis kind of thrown there. So the real person involved in this feud with the Lucha House Party is TJP. He's been disrespecting Lucha Libre, ripping off the masks every time. Well, unlike some people, like AJ Styles not coming with a cup when he had matches with Shinsuke Nakamura, since Nakamura was, the king of low blows, or the Nutcracker, as some of my other friends called him. Lindsay Dorado came prepared. So TJP goes to try to rip off Dorado's mask again, as he has unmasked all three members of Lucha House Party. But they finally got their comeuppance because, TJP thought first he succeeded, but then Maria Kanellis say, turn around. And because Dorado had another mask underneath. So he hits a leap into a head scissors, and he hits a Hurricanrana for Lindsay Dorado to pin TJP to get the victory. A nice, good, fast-paced tag match. Unfortunately, though, TJP finally got his comeuppance after weeks of, just disrespecting the Lucha House Party, ripping off all their masks and whatnot. And Lince Dorado got him back wearing 2 masks this time and not just 1. So Lucha House Party win the opening tag match, that was pretty good. We then get this video package I was kind of, mocking with, my entrance. Cedric Alexander's training in the Performance Center when Lio Rush came in, just made fun of him for caring enough about his craft, falling off and going back to training. Cedric explains the idea of dedication and says if Lio would dedicate more time and not just carry Bobby Lashley's bags around, he'd be a future Cruiserweight champion as well. But Lio suggests that what Alexander really needs is to wrestle him, which is what makes the match official for next week. We'll get Lio Rush taking on Cedric Alexander as, Rush has been kind of targeting Alexander ever since people claim that, in that Fatal 5-Way, Rush could have technically lost to Alexander because he got hit with his lumbar check. And he's trying to prove, nope, that's not the case. I didn't lose the match, and that would not have beat me as well. So, I kind of thought we'd be seeing this as the Cruiserweight Championship match eventually, but of course, Buddy Murphy got the title off of Alexander instead, which again, totally cool with it because the time was perfect and everything for him. But obviously, Lio Rush is going to be a future face of the Cruiserweight division, even though, of course, a lot of people, and I'm going to agree too, find him a little bit annoying on the microphone, especially when he's going, Lashley. Gets annoying. But the guy is still awesome in the ring, and I do, look forward to seeing what will probably be the main event of next week's, not pay-per-view, next week's show, probably the go-home show for Survivor Series. Cedric Alexander versus Lio Rush. Should be an awesome match. It could lead to a different direction for Cedric Alexander. You never know. But we will see what happens. We have Lio Rush taking on a jobber named Josh Morrell, who actually looked pretty good. Morrell himself, I wouldn't mind him being, a full-time wrestler in the Cruiserweight division. But of course, Lio Rush, pretty much squashes him for the most part. But again, Morrell gets a couple good shots in on Rush as well, and Rush eventually wins with the final hour. Lio dedicates his victory to a man that truly inspired him, which is Cedric Alexander. Ever since Cedric lost, he's been in a slump. So what he decided to do is go back to the Performance Center to go back to his roots, and Rush ain't mad at all at it. In fact, he respects because he knows hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and Alexander's been working pretty hard. Glenn reminded you that absolutely nobody works harder than the man of the hour. And if Cedric Alexander thinks for 1 sec he can get back up on his high horse at Leo's expense, he's mistaken. And next week, the age of Alexander meets its final hour. TikTok, Cedric. So we'll get that match, our main event next week. Then we get a video package spotlighting Mark Andrews, of course, getting ready to hype him up for the main event match. We have Mustafa Ali getting a promise of him staying outside. Says that at first they called him a maybe. Pretty much, showing that by sitting outside in the middle of nowhere. But today they call him the heart of 205 Live. And at WrestleMania, he had a chance to be called champion, but he let that slip through his hands. Since then, he scratched and clawed for another chance at the title, which he has. And now he's going to get that fight. This time, nothing is slipping through his hands, and no one's calling him a maybe because this time they're going to call him champion. We're also actually going to get a tag match with Tozawa and Kendrick against Gulak and Gallagher. Buddy Murphy gets a picture promo where he says the Survivor Series match is like a fairy tale. But there's no happy ending this time because the bad guy always wins, and he's the biggest and baddest in the division, which is true. Then we got our main event match. Buddy Murphy taking on Mark Andrews. So Mark Andrews earlier this year had some time on 205 Live when he was involved in the Cruiserweight Championship tournament, having some good matches in there as well. I can't remember who he beat. I don't remember who he beat in the first round. I can't remember. Crap. Was it Tozawa? It might have been Tozawa, but his second match, which he lost in the quarterfinals, was to Drew Gulak. That was another good match as well. He really impressed me, and he's impressed me again on NXT UK also. So he has his match with Buddy Murphy because Buddy Murphy won a competition from the UK, and I didn't mind him having this one match. I was fully loading the show with just bragging rights between 205 Live and United Kingdom. But again, I thought these guys won a very good match. Again, I don't know how Buddy Murphy literally makes himself look like a true cruiserweight again. Bigger guy. Yes, he had to work hard to lose probably about like 20, 30 pounds just to be in this division. Of course, Mark Andrews showed potential again. Like if they were to bring him up from NXT UK again and make him full time again on 205 Live, I'd be all for it because the guy definitely can do it. I can see him being cruiserweight champion, or even like, you know, a mid-card champion someday. He's just a nice high-flying guy who, you know, just entertains people. Of course, they had some really good moments in the match as well. The top card, Jiro smooth into a Frankensteiner on the floor as well. Andrews reversed into a poison Frankensteiner, of course, as well. A couple of good near falls as well, brought outside. Andrews did go for the stunt dog millionaire shooting star press that he does, but that didn't do the job as Murphy got his knees up. And then he hits a running knee, and then he hits the Murphy's Law on him in a pretty good physical match for you know, like a smaller guy, Mark Andrews, you know, more of a bigger guy and a powerhouse in Buddy Murphy. Once again, like you say, Mark Andrews is definitely, you know, I could see him being a cruiserweight champion if they give him the opportunity, like, you know, to shine more on 205 Live after he has time in NXT UK. I mean, I think he could be a UK NXT United Kingdom champion as well. But I think one day I would like to see him be a cruiserweight champion as well. Heck, him and Leo Rush could have a match on 205 Live, and I would pay to see it, even if it's for the championship. Be my guest and go right for it. But that was our main event, Mark Andrews and Buddy Murphy. Murphy wins with Murphy's Law. And yeah, so that is it for 205 Live. Again, I really like that main event match. Like the stuff with Leo Rush and Cedric Alexander. Even the tag match wasn't too bad. So I'll give this episode like an A-. 90% for 205 Live. Very good show. I enjoyed it. Also, of course, you know, the pro with Mustafa Ali is great as well. So that's it, guys, again, for the second live review. What grade would 205 Live? Again, A- for me. Leave us down in the comment section below. And be sure, as always, to click my like and subscribe to our content channel. And maybe follow me on Twitter as well at Demand Airborne 93. I'll be back up again in just a second. I want to take a quick break again, and I'll do my live review of NXT next. So until then, guys, I'll see you all in just a minute. Peace out, everybody.